Okay, today we are putting the Ninja Creami Deluxe to the test by making something called a Creamiccino. Basically, it's a homemade Frappuccino with zero sugar, but all the flavor. So the first step is we make the base. With the Ninja Creami, basically everything needs to be frozen overnight, so you want to prep this in advance. You take the monk fruit sweetener and you mix it into hot, freshly brewed coffee. And yeah, it needs to be hot because this will help the sweetener dissolve completely. So you want to stir it up really well. And next we're adding the French vanilla shake in a can. But here's something to watch for. The measurements on the side of the pint container, you don't want to go past that freeze fill line or the machine won't process it right. So you really need to pay attention to that. Once it's mixed, then you just cover it up and you put it in the freezer for at least 24 hours. So yeah, patience is required for this one. Now, while that's freezing, let's talk about whipped cream. You can totally use store-bought, like zero sugar ready whip, but I like to make it fresh. All it takes is heavy cream and a little monk fruit sweetener, and you just whisk it by hand, or you use a mixer or an immersion blender, and light, fluffy, ready-to-go whipped cream. All right, now that our base is frozen solid, it's time to turn it into a Creamiccino. So you add some cold coffee up to the pour-in line. Seriously, don't go past that line. The machine is pretty forgiving, but you don't want to overfill it. Then you just set it to the Creamiccino setting, and that whips air into the frozen base, giving you that perfect creamy, icy texture. No ice chunks, no weird separation, just smooth, blended coffee goodness. And then all you do is just layer the Creamiccino and chocolate syrup, put some whipped cream on the top with a little more syrup, and you have it just like a coffee shop Frappuccino, but no sugar. And it tastes so good. A homemade low-carb, high-protein frozen coffee. Now, the only downside is you do have to freeze the base ahead of time, so you can't just make one on the spot. But if you're into frozen coffee drinks, I think you're really going to love this one. And that's it for today. Enjoy your Creamiccino.